Anyways, well.
Whoa.
Hi.
Whoa. Can you do that while we're on the air, please? Just to see what she does? And you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Didn't you used to take acting? That's
I
what you
did take acting.
Okay.
Did I teach you that? To do that?
I learned it from High School Musical. Anyways, welcome back to episode 52.
How old are you? Oh, yeah. Not that old. Well, I guess you're 25.
And how old are you today?
I guess you're 25 and an Asian woman, so.
How old are you today?
It's
Seems
like,
to be changing every week.
we talked about this, these leftover.
I'm going to die single is what you're telling me.
No, I don't think so, Judy. I just don't think you shoot high enough. Okay? Like,
Well, this is...
I know you personally, and you're as lovely as a woman gets.
What is that eye contact that
Sorry,
you're
there was eye contact?
Yeah.
We'll have to check the video after for the
Okay.
eye contact.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So-
I'm not allowed to. See, you've hit me enough with my arm on the desk now
You have
that
PTSD?
I go, right? So that's working after. This is episode 52.
Of the Hard Truth Diamond podcast, but we're planning to rename it to the Rare Rock Hard Truth Diamond podcast because
That's
Rare
right.
Rock is coming.
Rare rock is coming. And what's a rare rock?
You tell me.
Rare rock.
Rare Rock.
Yeah, what's a rare rock? Do you notice I'm wearing my Vegas Golden Knights?
Tell us the significance of that.
They won the Stanley Cup, Judy. Do you
I
know
know,
what the
but what is your
What do you mean you
relation?
know? Tell me what the Stanley Cup is.
It is something that hockey teams win when they win the hockey games.
Look at the championship.
The
Is what
championship,
you're
yeah.
looking. Does it not? Say, oh, this one doesn't say champions. But
How
yes,
did I do?
that was really good. You're.
I can be a commentator
Your understanding of sports has come so far, so fast.
since I've met you.
Like from zero. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's impressive. So boy, who does that sound like? Joe Rogan. Boy,
Is that what he says?
yeah. He go, don't you watch Joe Rogan?
He did a little.
A hair? I just bought a new grooming razor. Ugh. I guess that's TMI that I just bought a new grooming razor. That's probably not the one. Look,
What do you have to groom?
here's what. here's what's. We've had a busy overnight in the diamond industry and on our TikTok, where we just surpassed 15,000 followers, Jinx. And we haven't had one of those where we talk at the
I know,
exact-
we used to do
used
that
to have
all the
them early
time.
all the time. I think it's anyway, it's a microcosm of our relationship.
A microcosm.
Yeah, isn't that the word, a microcosm? Well, it's a smaller and a bigger word. Anyway, it doesn't really
Smaller,
matter.
bigger.
But we've had a big night. We did a TikTok and an Instagram yesterday about what's going on in the diamond industry. And you guys, I gotta tell you, what's going on is so monumental in the diamond industry. It's absolutely frightening in that the lab created diamond industry, and you know, Judy and I look at each other and go, there must be something else we can talk about, but this just seems to keep leveling up. Right? And so to bring the whole war between the mine diamonds and the lab created diamonds to sort of I don't know if it's a crescendo yet. One of our people commented on the tipping point yet. I don't know if we're there. But what's happened is that Prime Minister Modi of India came to visit the President of the United States and Jill Biden and gave Jill
A 7.5 carat laboratory created green diamond.
Do you think he was proposing? Maybe there's something going on. Hey, maybe there's something we don't know. But it's interesting in the fact that the symbolism, and we're always looking for symbolisms with diamonds, and the words that he chose to use were that it was what's the word? What mining is not? Help me with
Sustainable.
this. Sustainable. Sustainable craftsmanship is how it was referred to.
And partly because the diamond was created using wind and solar energy.
So can you imagine, you know, you don't need to mine. Mother Nature's not getting, quote unquote, raped for her jewels. They're making these things environmentally friendly. They're beautiful. They're diamonds. And you know, when we started reporting on this, boy, we were a target. Well, not so much you, because I was a target, and people would say mean things like, the rocks are in his head. That's one of my favorites. The rocks are in my head. They certainly are. But if you look now, you guys, like, the numbers are so compelling, and I don't need to go over or remind you that this year in the United States, reportedly, and I believe the number to be higher, I've always believed the numbers were higher, 1 out of 2 engagement rings will come out of a laboratory. This is the tipping point. Gladwell's book, he's a Canadian author, #1 worldwide best-selling book, The Tipping Point, and it's how things, the book is loosely how things spread. And you know, like a cold will go into and this is one of the analogies he uses in the book, and a cold will start to spread, and it'll be slowly between 2 people. 2 people become 4 people. 4 people become 16 people. 16 becomes 64.
And it's just an exponential.
It's just exponential growth, and this is what's happened with the lab-created diamond industry. And you know, another thing I've talked about for 40 years, I was in the diamond business. We've never talked about this. 15 years before you were born.
I wasn't even a thought yet. What?
Nothing. I'm just going to leave that alone.
Okay.
I don't want to get in any more trouble or get hit again, so I'm just going to leave that one sitting out there.
There's no marks today. Would you like another?
No, I'm okay. I'm pretty well okay. But
it's just crazy what's happening in the diamond industry.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And so for this thing to happen has really captured I think it really signifies what's really going on in the industry. And you know, what was my quote today? The mine diamond industry has to be losing its mind. That's so good. The mine diamond industry has to be losing its mind. And we know they are. And so you guys, you know, and we're here to report. You know, we're working right now with clients from different parts of the world where, and we're busy, where
Extremely.
literally there is diamonds that are from the mines where we're making engagement rings and doing jewelry, and there's also diamonds that are from laboratories that are doing the same thing. And it's kind of mind-boggling to me, but this is what's going on. So anyway, our social media has lit up. We have, you know, not only 15,000 followers, but I'm sure we're well past 15,000 views on that. But the comments that are coming in are the most we've ever had on anything.
Yeah, so much engagement.
TikTok famous.
Get it? Engagement?
Oh, so much engagement. That's right. Oh my God, did you make a joke here? Judy struggles for whatever reason, I don't really understand, to be funny and off air.
What do you mean? I'm hilarious.
Off air, you're hilarious, but you get on here, you're a little bit tight, so you're loosening up a little bit now,
Love it.
eh? If you're making, maybe it's the,
Maybe it's
yeah, that's what it, anyway, yeah, we're at an exciting time in the business.
the business.
We're at an exciting time in the business, but it's an exciting time as well for consumers of diamonds. And it's important to understand that the price of mined diamonds, although the industry is still in denial about what's going on, doesn't matter what the numbers are. Denial is the first stage. We're starting to see anger now, so that's the second stage, which makes me a little bit uncomfortable where jewelers, when we're walking around places, whether we're in New York or Vegas or anywhere, recognize us now,
Yeah.
right? So how do I get you to be the target and not me?
No one wants to target me.
Right? Like, apparently. Anyway, and so they walk up to us on the street and go, hey, love your podcast.
Amazing, right?
Right? Like, amazing. We've had a few examples of that now. Anyway, look, we're just here reporting the facts. The facts are the growth is unbelievable. The facts are, look at the Indian government supporting as I said, and please go view our Instagram at the Global Diamond Broker, any of our social media. I said, this is where they're growing and this is where they're going.
Yeah.
And they're growing in India, and they're going to the United States in the tune of billions of dollars. So it's an exciting time in the industry. It's a bit of both worlds right now, where the guys, and I'm one of those guys who spent my life quite literally in the mine diamond industry. And it's an industry that, I said to a client yesterday, if one of my own children came to me today and said, I'm getting engaged, it would be very difficult for me, knowing what I know, to have them, and knowing what you know, because we're not reporting crap here. Like, the what we're reporting is accurate. We read the articles every day.
From, JCK.
Right? We're exactly, and we are global. We're boots on the ground in places like Las Vegas. We're boots on the ground in places like New York. We're in North America, which by far is the world's biggest market, and we're taking the temperature. And the mine side is a bit chilly. Oh, is it chilly? Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of our story. Is there other stories you want to talk about today? We really talked about making a bit of a paradigm shift away from this, and talking about other aspects of the industry. One of my favorites is beauty in a diamond. Look, if you're thinking of getting anything other than that, more than ever. That's another, we have a board over here we use to keep notes on, because I'm 52 and I don't remember what.
I'm just thinking of when we went to go pick it up. We're walking in the street. It's like 30 freaking degrees out. Colin's got this whole ginormous whiteboard on top of his shoulders.
It's windy.
Doing shoulder presses, okay?
And it's windy, and I almost Mary Poppin' that thing. But that's where my notes are. And the other one was, I can't read my own notes.
You think I can?
Yeah, no. We know you can't. Okay. Has to be losing its mind.
That's a good one.
That is, oh, sorry.
Say it, don't spray it.
Are you going to leave that part in there?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She does all the editing, everything for us. And she's a little bit cruel, for lack of...
sorry, I can't make you look good.
Let me finish my sentence. It's cruel to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're comfortable with that, right? So anyway, so this is, it's big news today. It's
hard to not talk about this sort of thing.
Like, how long, we've reported things like when they became a luxury item.
That was last year.
And the growth is unbelievable. We had companies like Pandora.
Only go lab grown
early in the game. Look, that's the biggest jeweler in the world. What did they know then that we're only finding out now? And this is the diamond denial is what I call it. That's another good one. Hey, diamond
you're
denial.
on a roll.
Anyway, so and then we had LVMH,
the largest luxury conglomerate in the world, announcing that lab-grown
they're
diamonds
going
are
to
luxury.
use them as a luxury, and that was close to a year ago.
That was a year ago, yeah.
And here we are.
Crazy times.
Here we are at a time in the industry where, do we know what's going to happen? I think it's fairly clear what's happening. When with De Beers, the legendary, iconic diamond company founded in South Africa in the late 1800s. We're also going to be, because of the volume of business we're starting to attract, we're also going to be providing our clients with a 1-800 number, although it's 188, and the actual number, the last four digits are 1867.
Which is significant
Because that's when the diamond industry started in South Africa. If you Google it, it's 1-888-988-1867. Such a good number. But that's when the industry started. De Beers was a company that up until recently, and even still recently, is the custodian of the industry. And they're the biggest supplier of mined diamonds in the world.
And now Lab Created.
And now Lab Created. And really forever Lab Created, because they were there in the 50s working with GE, trying to use these things in a industrial way. And it's been so successful for them. And so Lightbox, you can Google this stuff. Anything we talk about, please Google it. If you have a question, please contact us. We're getting lots of contact these days. But Lightbox is now selling engagement rings. And don't think that this legendary, iconic, century plus old company isn't still the, to quote the Sidney Sheldon book that became a national or a television series when I was a younger man, called Master of the Game. Please Google it. If you don't think they're master of the game still, in fact, the book is likely based on the life of Cecil Rhodes, who started De Beers. They're the master of the game. We bow down to De Beers in this industry. And, when we went to Vegas, the nicest booths were De Beers, whether it was mined or lab grown. And, again, when we talk, I have friends with De Beers who 30-year careers with them, who have been close friends for a long time, 20-year careers with them. And the look on their faces, right? Like you could just feel the
energy.
The energy. It's so fascinating. But De Beers, being De Beers, has a plan, and we're going to find out what it is. And clearly it's including, they just spent, and another prediction I made is when they announced they were going to spend $80 million US on a manufacturing in Oregon. It was $100 million. I said it's now $100 million they spent to make man-made diamonds. $100 million.
And call them American-made.
And to be able to call them American-made. The biggest market in the world, half the world's market in mined diamonds. So there you go. It appears the battle's coming to a close. I talk about these things. I could be wrong, but perhaps not.
Wrong.
It's funny because I prognosticated things in this industry for decades and always been right, and hence Rare Rock. So stay tuned for Rare Rock, okay? Because things that we've talked about, the only return is beauty. It's a big deal now more than ever. Because it's secondary, I'm sorry, the information that was given out about diamonds was for the industry. It wasn't for the consumer. It was for them to sell what now they don't have to even produce in a mine. They figured it out. So beauty becomes a bigger issue. Certainly sustainability, environmentally friendlier. There's a lot of reasons pro, and it's hard to really get my mind around what could save the mine diamond industry, because this, I can assure you, it's not true that they retain value better. Go buy one, or even before you buy it, get all the details, get the GIA certification and number, and try to sell it. There's no secondary market. The story about, how they increase in value over years, the price only increases. There's nowhere to sell them.
Yeah.
Pennies on the dollar. I sound kind of evangelistic about this sort of thing, right? Save diamonds.
Sorry,
Is that wrong?
getting a little toasty in here.
Or is it all the hot air?
It's really hot in here.
Anyway, I think we're there for this week.
I think so.
Please go check us out on Instagram and on... Wow.
Did you see
Wow. A bird flies outside And Judy reacts like it's gonna hit her in the head.
What's that?
Maybe it's the height up here. Maybe there's not enough oxygen. We
What's
are
that
pretty
phobia
high.
of birds again? Because I have that. Birds are so fucking scary. Oh, sorry. I just can't deal with birds. Anyways, you kids.
It has to be something about aviary, is it?
About what?
Aviary? Isn't that the bird?
I don't know. If anyone knows, leave it in the
Descriptive word?
comment below.
Okay. Anyway, you're
Yeah.
safe in here. Well, to
Well,
a certain degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one who's not safe in here, okay?
Anyways, we're just here to provide the facts and help you make an informed decision, right?
That's what we're here for.
That's
for
what we're
sure.
here for. So.
Anyway, God bless. We'll see you next week. You
See you
got
next
questions?
week,
Thanks
guys.
for all the comments. Take care.